hello, how are you? Today I brought you a super delicious treat, which is a healthy, sweet, sugar-free, zero-fat, all-natural, a wonderful dessert option, but it's so healthy that it can also be served for breakfast or as an afternoon snack. I'm sure your whole family will love it. It's easy to make, the result is amazing, you're going to love it. Stay until the end, you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you, what city are you from and what is the traditional fruit of your region? Write it for me down below in the comments, I'd love to see your answer. Remember to like the video. That's really important for me here on the channel. It shows YouTube that you support the channel and that you trust my content. And if you can, go ahead and share this video with anyone you know who would enjoy it or needs healthy ideas and recipes. Let's work together to spread our chain of kindness. So here's what I'm going to do. I have my blender cup right here. Into this blender cup, I'm going to add my banana, which is very ripe and will help sweeten our mixture. Remember that bananas do contain carbohydrates, but they also naturally have fiber and potassium, which is excellent for helping to control blood pressure and reduce bloating, so it's a healthy fruit. Some people start to worry like, oh my God, I don't want to eat bananas because they have too many carbs. But it all depends on how much we eat and what we pair it with, right? We can't just stop eating fruit or vegetables just because we think they have too many carbs. The best thing is to always make good choices. Along with the banana, I'm going to add some strawberries here. And you can see that my strawberries are hard because I always like to freeze strawberries when they're in season, so I can use them throughout the year. Sometimes, depending on where you live, it's also harder to find fresh strawberries on a daily basis. So when they're in season, here's a good tip. You can freeze them, just like I do, so you'll always have frozen strawberries available. This here is the juice from the strawberries themselves as they thaw, and then you just blend it. Remember that strawberries are super rich in anthocyanins, vitamin C, have very few carbohydrates, and they also help balance out the banana. I'm going to take a bit of my skim milk here and add it to blend our mixture. I'm not going to put all of it in here because it won't fit, so really just a bit of the milk. And remember that I chose to use skim milk here because it's basically fat-free, but it contains protein, which helps to balance out our recipe. So I'm going to blend this until it turns into something like a juice, and then we'll go from there. Hold on. So I'm going to take this mixture we prepared, which smells amazing, and put it in this bigger bowl so we can mix everything without making a mess. Let me scrape it out well, because we can't waste these wonderful ingredients here. Besides, when we don't scrape it out, sometimes the recipe doesn't turn out right, does it? Some people might be tempted to skip this part, but this point is very important, not just for saving, which I think is essential, but also for the outcome of the recipe. Now, I'm going to add the rest of that milk that didn't fit in the blender jar. But if your blender jar is big enough, you can mix everything in it. Remember, if you want to use another type of milk, maybe you have an allergy or intolerance, you might want to use plant-based milk, like almond milk, oat milk, or peanut milk. I have a playlist of plant-based milks here on the channel, I don't know if you've seen it, where I teach how to make them at home. And of course, each one will have a different nutritional composition, depending on your dietary profile. So, if you want to know more about them, just take a look at my videos in my playlist. From that milk, I had set a little aside. For what purpose? To hydrate my neutral gelatin, which is colorless, flavorless, and sugar-free. Gelatin is cooked collagen. Many people still don't know that. And gelatin is very interesting because it can help with your skin, nails, hair, and joints. So now I'm mixing the gelatin, but you can see it's still lumpy. For it to reach the ideal point to mix well, evenly, we need to melt it. And then you can melt it either in the microwave, which is what I'm going to do, about 30 seconds, or in a double boiler. So tell me down below which one you prefer. Look, it's already hydrated, but it still needs to be melted. So I'm going to melt it in the microwave and I'll be right back. Hang on. So now it's just a matter of mixing the two things together. And I'm even going to swap out my silicone spatula for a whisk so it gets really well mixed and well beaten. If you love healthy recipes like this, don't forget to check out my recipe playlist. There are plenty of options, savory and sweet, low carb, low calorie, quick, easy, and budget friendly. There are choices for all kinds of meals. I'll leave the link to them down below in the description. So look, now I'm going to grab my mold and transfer our mixture so we can take it to the fridge. So I grabbed a ladle here to help me avoid making a mess. Like I said, I'm going to transfer this to the mold and take it to chill. And it's quick because it has gelatin, right? So I'll be back in a bit so we can try this delicious treat. Hold on, I'll be right back. I got our little treat, our pudding, and look at how it turned out. I was going to say it's kind of like a flan, really like a pudding. I'm going to cut a piece here so we can see how it looks because it's amazing. Make this at home. You're going to love it for sure. So healthy, so beautiful, so nutritious. The whole family is going to love it. It looks so beautiful. Look, make this at home. You're going to love it for sure. Look at this. It's amazing. Make it at home. The whole family will love it. Look how wonderful it is. So take this moment to remember to like the video. It really helps me out, and share it with anyone you know who would enjoy it. Let's grow our chain of kindness. How delicious. So good, smooth, and sweet. I love this combination of strawberry and banana. It's really good, light, creamy. Make it at home. See you next time. Bye.